if you look at RSA Conference 2020, we've really tried to focus it around this idea of the human element. And you've seen it everywhere. You've seen it posters. You've seen it as a theme in a lot of the talks.
With the human element.
The human element.
Investing in the human element.
The human element.
And it's one of the greatest unsolved mysteries, I would say, of the security space in a bunch of different ways. One is we need humanity. We need diversity of thought and views and perspectives to be able to deal with the security problem. That's one. And we've had a lot of sessions and workshops focused on that. We also need to understand that our users are very diverse and have certain ways of thinking, and we need to know how they're going to assess risk and look at a problem. But we also need to understand what our limitations are as people.
We need to collaborate not just within security teams, but with business, risk, IT, and users. Let's change our culture to a culture of perfection, to a culture of pragmatism. Don't let perfect be the enemy of the good.
What I want us to think about is, what do we not do that involves our phones? The addiction to mobile is what makes them so vulnerable. Think about this. If you get into my phone, you are getting so much more information than probably if you got into my Mac, because I live on my mobile device.
We look at the fact that when a user makes a mistake, it's the user that's the issue. The problem is not that users make mistakes, but that we put users in a position where they can initiate loss. They don't cause the loss, they initiate a chain of events. And that's a really critical issue to deal with.
It would be super convenient if you could just buy a piece of technology that would do everything for you. Unfortunately, security scanners and firewalls can't solve everything. Their effectiveness is directly related to the skills and the manual effort of the people who must tune them to a specific environment, monitor them regularly, and filter the signal from the noise.
What needs to happen is for every technologist inventing something really cool like differential privacy or quantum computing or whatever it is, we probably need something like 10 people whose role it is to explain it to the public and to policymakers, and more importantly, figure out how our public institutions need to change to best adapt to these technologies and minimize the harmful effects. Not lobbyists. We need neutral people to be doing that. That's something that I think we're lacking today, and something which I hope we can figure out in the next 20 years or so.
Humans will remain at the center of our story. In this world, the defenders will be better organized than the attackers, and the spirit of the defender will be strong.
So I guess it all comes down to the human element.